May profits be upon you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. I hope your holidays are going splendidly. All right. I want you to be careful going into this week. If you're deciding to trade, I would recommend that you do not trade and wait until next week. All right. There's going to be very low volume and high volatility that comes with that. High volatility means unpredictability. So I just want you to be careful with that. Like I say, I recommend that you don't. All right. But if you're going to, let's take a look at the situation that we have with Euro USD. We're going to do some top down analysis. Let's take a look. Euro USD 1 minute, 1 month. All right. What we want to notice is we had a very big break of structure here. All right. And what do I expect with a break of structure? I expect a return to impulse of some kind. We didn't go to the impulsing order back, the origin this time. We did have a pullback though, and that's about a little bit more than 50%. And that's what you want to see in a pullback, right? I want to see, but I want to trade one that's at least 61%. If you put your fibs on it, that's what I would want to trade. But this is again the monthly. All right. I just want you to notice how price is moving. All right. So we pulled back and then return to impulse. Why do I say we return to impulse? Because the last break of structure was to the upside. All right. And the impulsing order block was down here. And that's what we pulled to. And we had a nice bullish response to that. Great. All right. Everything's moving smoothly. Now let's take a closer look. All right. And what do we see? We see from here a pull up, like pull, an impulse, a pullback, an impulse, a higher high. All right. So I'm definitely looking at this area here, the higher low. And once we break that higher low, which caused this higher high, then we have a break of structure, and I'm looking for more bearish action. And that's exactly what happened. Well, it happened. All right. And when you have a break of structure, what do you expect? A return to impulse. Now, am I expecting price to come back here? That's a big ask. All right. That's a very big ask. So here, this area here now, it looks like a doji, but no, let me tell you something. There's plenty of supply in that little area there. And you can see price came down. Let's clear this up so you can see it. We can see that price came down to this, came down to that area and came back up. All right. If we go down to the weekly, we can see that a little bit more clearly. All right. So on the monthly, just before we leave the subject entirely, we are bearish. Okay. Now, clearly we are bearish. All right. Now, what do we see here? All right. We see that we have broken this significant point of structure here. All right. It failed to make a higher high. It did not break that high. We did come down lower. All right. And what does that mean? That means this high is weak and that at some point we're going to run the highs here. We're going to run the highs to that high because it's a weak high. But that's in the future. Okay, way in the future. All right. So we have this bearish movement, this bearish impulse. All right. Where are we at now? We've come down to this bullish order block here. All right. We've found demand, and you see that price last week closed in a bullish candle. Okay, and that indicates what weakness in the euro, the dollar against the euro. The euro is getting stronger against the dollar. All right, but really it's more USD weakness. Anyway, this is on the weekly. All right. So do we expect price to come up higher from here? Yes. Why? Because we had a break of structure to the downside. All right. And we expect a pullback. All right. And what we want to do to get ahead of it is to say, hey, where is the possible POI? Where is the area that will turn price? And we already know that price only turns on order blocks. Price pivots on order blocks. All right. We are at a bullish order block. Price has found it. This is a good place to look for a turnaround. All right. So uh, the situation is bullish, but we're expecting a shift from bearish momentum to bullish momentum here. All right. If price was to break this low, this is clean part, what we call clear traffic. All right. There's not a whole lot to stop price from going lower until we go to a lower uh, uh, order block for demand. All right. Let's go to the daily. And what do we see? The daily, all right. Now, we already established that we are in a uh, supply, I mean, in demand, right? We can refine this demand zone down to here. Why? Because prices already come down to here and respected this lower part of this order block. Okay, so let's move on over, and you can see it still holds, right? What I want you also to notice is that we are in a very clear, what do you call a range? Okay, let's mark this properly. All right, now this is going to be a little clearer. You see this rejection down here, this up here. We're going to refine this area to up here. All right, but we'll see it in the lower time frame on the 4 hour or the 1 hour. But what we have is a range, and it's very clear. All right, and the top of this range, you can see that we're failing to make lower lows. All right, and that's significant. That means that the demand is pretty strong here, even though we have bearish order blocks, big impressive bearish order blocks. We can see price just rejected from this area here. Now, I would be looking at this institutional candle. Why, as I say, it's an institutional candle because it took a lot of money, millions upon millions upon millions, to make this candle. That's how you know institutions are involved. All right. When you get pushes like this, you know institutions are involved. All right. What we are doing here is generating orders. All right. We aren't doing it. They are. All right. They're generating liquidity, both sides, for shorts, people who have shorts, who are taking shorts, and people who are taking longs, and people who will break or who are poised with pending orders for breakouts to the upside or to the downside. This is an accumulation stage. All right. It is pending a breakout to the upside or to the downside. I'm thinking that it's going to go upside. Let me tell you why. Let's go to the 4 hour. We can see the price action a little clearer. All right. I got the wrong color here. Why didn't somebody say something? You could have told me. All right. All right. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for, where's the last break of structure? All right. At all times, I'm always looking for the break of significant structure. All right. We have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. All right. We did not break this lower high here. We took liquidity from it. All right. But we closed within this supply zone. All right. That means this supply zone is still valid. Okay. And again, what I mentioned earlier, we can refine this supply zone to here, to this bullish candle. Yep. And you can see it's been respected, and respected once again. All right. Yeah, I think I got this right. I'm going to bring it down to here. Okay. So, we can see how once price reaches here, there's a good chance that it's probably going to go to the down, probably reach the other extreme. Okay. And we see that repeated over and over again. What price likes to do is generate orders. All right. Generate these points of liquidity where at the bottom of these wicks, and then come back for the sweep and take all these people who have stop orders, stop losses here for longs, and take them out of their trades. All right. And on the way down, they're leaving these wick highs for people who took shorts just to sweep them out. All right. And rinse and repeat. Sweep, 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 sweep. Now, based on that price action. Uh-oh. All right, based on that price action, what do I think is going to happen over here? We're building up more liquidity. All right, we haven't reached the top yet. We haven't reached this zone where price likes to go to the other extreme. All right, we haven't reached it yet. All right, and what am I seeing here in this price action? We have a mini accumulation of orders, and let me see. We have this down move, this down move, breaking these lows here. We have this down move with a return to impulse, a higher low, and then higher. Right? This is this is looking at it through a microscope. All right. I would mark this order block here. All right, and I could refine it. I could refine this order block because this was the last bearish move before this impulsive bullish move, right? I can refine this order block to here. All right, price does touch and then comes up, fails to make a higher high, but what did it do? It left liquidity. It left these equal highs. Whenever you see equal highs, that's going to tell you it's a magnet. It's a magnet for price. Over here, or or relative equal highs to this one, and this high. All right. Why wouldn't price continue up and take out these highs for take out those stop losses, run the liquidity there, and then sweep? This is what I'm thinking price is going to do because that's what it's done over here time and time again. Rinse, wash, and repeat. And I think we're going to do the exact same thing over here. All right. The liquidity is there, and there's plenty of liquidity to get down below. Okay. So let price tell us what it wants to do. All right. Does price want to come down any further, or are we going to see price give us the indication that it wants to continue up and then come down? How will we find this? How will we find that shift from bearish to bullish momentum, or from bullish to bearish momentum? That's why we plot these POIs. That's why we go to the lower time frames. If we go to the 1 hour, we can see the price action very clearly. All right, you can see these liquidity points here, waiting for price. The relative equal highs up here, very proximate, very proximal rather, close by, and uh, one raid of the highs here, and then a sweep, then the sweep of the sell side liquidity. It makes sense to me. All right, we are in this order block here, this bullish order block representing demand, and uh, what we can see is price broke structure here after this two candle pullback. All right, broke structure, made a low, came up, broke two short-term highs, and then diddled around and returned to impulse. After a return to impulse, you expect a continuation of the bullish momentum. All right. So now that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to let price tell me what it wants to do here. All right. If I start seeing it breaking lows, short-term lows, especially this one, then I'm thinking price will want to take the sell side liquidity sweep first, and then come up. All right. But I believe because uh, it's not really belief. I think it's high probability. Let's put it that way. What did I just do? I think it's high probability that because the last station, if you think of this as a train, price only moves from supply to demand, from demand to supply. The last the last stops were from supply, to demand. From demand, we're on our way to supply. It just, I think we have a higher chance of going up than going down. That's it's that simple. It's that basic. Okay. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you put a like in on this video, and if you have any kind of view or a comment or opinion, I would love to hear from you. I would love to get your feedback on my view of the markets, and if they align with yours or don't. You know what I mean? I would love to hear from you because I'm always enjoy, and I respond to all my feedback. I respond to all my feedback. I really appreciate the support from the people that have been supporting me since I've been on this channel. It's helping me grow, and it encourages me to give um, more analysis and all that good stuff, all the posting and everything. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Please be careful, and thank you again.